Arne Slot just finished his press conference, and here are the main talking points. So injuries first, as always. He basically said that Trent is the only injured player currently for Liverpool. He will not be available for the game tomorrow. They're not sure if he'll make Sunday or not. But I'd imagine more likely he'll be rested now until the Everton game, if he makes that. That brought them on to asking him about the transfer window and if he was happy that we'd brought nobody in, and that he's one of the only managers they think has ever said that he's happy with his squad. And he basically said, look at the table, look at the Champions League, we're in the semi-final of the Caraboa, we're still in the FA Cup. This squad has shown that our trust in them is deserved, and there also isn't at the moment any long-term injuries, so they have a big enough squad, so big in fact that he had to leave out Gomez and Chiesa from the last Premier League game, which then brought him on to say that it's crazy that we're the one country that has the most games in the world of football, yet we're still only allowed a 20-man squad, whereas in the whole rest of Europe they're allowed a 23-man squad. And he said that's the one thing I don't get about English football is, you know, you're the biggest, you're the best, you play the most games, but you have the smallest squad. And he said that's the hardest decision I have to make, not the starting 11, but the 20-man squad, because I know that there are going to be players left out who work hard all week and then don't get to play, which is unfortunate. So I thought that was an interesting point. He was asked about Conor Bradley. Obviously, he's going to be playing instead of Trent. He said, is there anything he learned when he played against PSV? And he said he thought that he was basically at fault for the third goal. If he'd have tried a little bit harder to get back, he may have stopped it. So he's spoken to him about that, and he's basically, the whole team know that they need to be on their best. They need to have their best performance to try and win against Spurs. Spurs obviously have a lot of injuries, but they are having some back. They've also bought some players. Slot said himself he's not sure if Van der Ven will be fit because he makes a huge difference to them. So it could be a really tricky game. And yeah, we're hoping to win. It's obviously at Anfield, but if they score early, it'll create a bit of a awkward atmosphere. The only other question he was asked was about how over 400 minutes our number 9 has only made something like 7 shots on target. However, Jota, Nunes, they've all scored while they've been in that position. So the question was, do you want more shots, more chances, or are you happy with what they're giving and the assists and stuff like that? And he basically said, we want goals from all over the front lines. We also want lots of assists. I'm going to try and carry on making more chances for them. But as long as we're scoring and winning at the end of the day, it doesn't really make any difference. That's all he said. I think it's going to be a really, really tough game. Look, Spurs are a good side. They're coming off a good win as well. But I do think we're better. And I also think Anfield's a huge factor. So it's always good playing under the lights midweek. It always brings the best crowd. So yeah, I think we'll have enough, but I think it won't be an easy game. Let me know what you think. Please like, please follow, please repost. Come on, you Reds.